Mick and Hackney, he's whacked it on pole again from Jarno Trulli. Jenson Button, what a great effort for him, and the Williams BMW just getting stronger and stronger. Michael Schumacher 4th, Coulthard 5th, Rolf Schumacher in 6th. Villeneuve, Frentzen, Herbert, good effort for him in the Jaguar to get in the top 10. Barrichello, Fisichella, Eddie Irvine in 12th. Zonta, Heidfeld, Deniz, and Alesi and Salo. They're in 17th and 18th. And Wirtz, Verstappen, Genet and Massacane in the Minardis, some 4 seconds off the play.
All right, so there they are. We could have heavy rain. We don't know. It's jumbled. You can see a lot of heavy black cloud there. So let's take you over now to Murray Walker and Martin Brundle.
So, safety car, we're looking at them as they come through the chicane, and the Belgian Grand Prix at racing speeds is on. Mika Häkkinen leads Jarno Trulli. Michael Schumacher has a look on the inside of Jenson Button as they go round La Source. No changes yet. David Coulthard still there in 5th position, and Michael Schumacher closing up marginally on Jenson Button as they come into Eau Rouge. It looks flat, it's anything but over the crest. So there is Button, Schumacher, and Schumacher is definitely closing on the Williams.
Yes, Button quite cautious through Eau Rouge there. Michael's got a run at him, but I don't think he's close enough. Coulthard's not far behind either, and now they're all in the ball of spray. So Jenson Button's got the visibility. Coulthard trying to go around the outside there of Michael Schumacher, so he appears to have some good straight line speed. That'll come in useful later on. Meanwhile, Häkkinen carelessly moving ahead at the front.
And still, as they come down to Rivage again, Schumacher is coming up behind Jenson Button, but cannot, of course, get past the Williams at this point in the race. Now, it looks to me as though the circuit is going to start drying out. We'll get a dry line emerging at some point in the future. Meantime, David Coulthard is right up behind Michael Schumacher, and Mika Häkkinen, of course, is stretching away. And David Coulthard on this lap has gone through the first sector faster than anybody else. It's Button, Schumacher, Coulthard, Häkkinen still leading. Jarno Trulli second in the Jordan, and in 6th place, Ralf Schumacher. No change there.
I can't imagine this pressure for a 20-year-old like Button to have Michael Schumacher bearing down in a Scarlet Ferrari in the early stages of his first ever Belgian Grand Prix. But look, already at the dry line beginning to emerge as Häkkinen keeps moving ahead. Coulthard was quite slow in the middle section. He's dropped away now from the back of Michael Schumacher, but they're all very much line astern.
Now, let's make this quite clear. As this circuit dries out, it's going to be critical when they come in for dry weather tyres, because if you stay out too long on wet weather tyres, they overheat, they start to chunk, they lose their tread, and therefore you lose grip. And it could be an inspired decision like the one that won Olivier Panis the Monaco Grand Prix in 1997 to change tyres that wins this race. But that is in the future. Meantime, there is Rubens Barrichello. He's gained 1 place in the Ferrari. He started 10th on the grid. He's got ahead of Johnny Herbert. Remember, Rubens Barrichello started 18th at Hockenheim for the German Grand Prix and came through to win it with an inspired drive. There is the race leader, Mika Häkkinen, going up to Les Combes on lap 3.
And Häkkinen already finding the need to go over on the wetter part of his car wrong. He's let Michael through. Bad mistake there from Jenson. He went the wrong way completely. He needed to go around the long way around the outside there. He really snookered himself on that move.
Michael Schumacher then is attacking up to 3rd position. Jenson Button won't take that line down. He has another look. David Coulthard is still there. Behind David Coulthard is Ralf Schumacher, and Button attacks again. Hits Trulli, spins the car. Button keeps going and Coulthard gets through. David Coulthard seconds ahead of the Ferrari.
And Häkkinen did not come in that time around. There's the Schumacher in then. So James is in the pit lane.
Well, Martin, there's been a huge amount of debate about this. First they were, then they weren't, there they were. It's an extraordinary gamble. He's still a few seconds a lap off the sort of pace you need to be on. But I think Michael is throwing the dice, trying to force McLaren into decision. And over his shoulder, in comes his brother. He's obviously seen what Michael is doing, and Ralph is in too. So Jenson's still on wet. Nice stop from Ferrari, but, well, incredible gamble.
Yes, I think it's a smart move. You've got a Lacey out there much faster than anybody else. Those that have stopped are faster. Even cars that are significantly slower than the leaders normally are already faster, James. I think McLaren have made a mistake by staying out this extra lap.
We'll soon know, because the fastest lap we've had so far as Frentzen exits the circuit, exit the pit lane, followed by Rubens Barrichello. The fastest lap we've had so far in the opening laps in the semi-wet conditions was Mika Häkkinen, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Now, if Mika Häkkinen comes in now, where is Michael Schumacher? Because Häkkinen had about a 17-second lead at least when he came in, but Michael Schumacher, meantime, is on the fastest lap of the race. He's gone through the first sector in just 55 seconds, and that is really flying.
But remember, Häkkinen had a 10.8-second lead before the pit stop started, so I would imagine he should come out in front of Michael Schumacher, but not by much. The lead will certainly be reduced.
Well, there's just been a flash past the commentary box. I missed which car it was. So there is Häkkinen turning on and rejoining the circuit, followed by his teammate David Coulthard. So Mika Häkkinen is still there. David Coulthard behind him in the pits now. You can see Jenson Button in the Williams, so there are going to be very few cars now left on wet weather tyres as Mika Salo just misses Jenson Button. Top 6 at the present moment as Häkkinen goes through into his 9th lap. It's Häkkinen. Coulthard is coming into the pits now. Jenson Button will move up into 2nd position ahead of Michael Schumacher, and here they come.
No, Schumacher's in 2nd. James.
Yeah, how expensive is this going to be? Well, I reckon he's going to lose about 30 to 35 seconds. He could be about 11th at the end of all this. What was interesting was that Ferrari brought Barrichello in right behind Schumacher. Just after I finished talking about it, Rubens came straight in as well. Now, he's still in the hunt, albeit down in 11th. I think DC's lost a big chunk of time here again.
Well, he has indeed, because coming in has cost him dear. Mika Häkkinen is leading. Michael Schumacher is 2nd. The gap is 7 seconds, and it was a heck of a lot more than that earlier on. There's a long way to... Jenson Button exits last source, very tight indeed compared to a lot of the drivers. And here is Michael Schumacher bumping his way across the chicane at the bus stop. And hello, this is Eddie Irvine and Mika Salo battling for 12th position. Irvine in the Jaguar, Salo getting through on the inside. Is he to take that 12th position? His car's been beautifully set up for the race. He was 6th fastest in the warm-up this morning. And here again are Jacques Villeneuve and Rubens Barrichello. Still now battling, but now for 5th place. It was 6th position, and the race order at the present moment: Schumacher, Häkkinen, Ralf Schumacher. To a lot of people now.
Never. About 40 million.
Schumacher in. James.
A little bit earlier than we expected, but that's because we've been doing a bit of research. We found the fuel nozzle when he came in first time round was only on for 2 seconds, which was only 24 kilos of fuel. So in comes Michael Schumacher. Now the target here is to get back out again ahead of Jenson Button. That's what Ferrari are trying to do, and certainly ahead of Jacques Villeneuve. A quick word also on Rubens Barrichello's stop. That was a switch, guys. He's now on a 3-stop strategy. Keep an eye out for him.
Right, well, the seconds are ticking, and 11.1 of them go as Michael Schumacher exits the pit lane. He was leading Mika Häkkinen by 5 seconds, just over 5 seconds when he came in. Now, where is Jenson Button? Well, there is Ralf Schumacher. So it looks as though the Ferrari objective has been achieved. That's the best they have been this season. Jacques Villeneuve is 5th, pursued by Heinz-Harald Frentzen and David Coulthard, who has only stopped once.
Here, Häkkinen coming in for his 2nd stop.
Following the arrows in now, the gap was 14.6 seconds. Michael Schumacher is sure to be taking the lead unless he encounters a problem. And out, that's a very good stop. 8.8 seconds for Mika Häkkinen now. I'm looking for the flash. There's the car going past. I just saw the top of it over the pit wall. Where is the Ferrari of that position? He started 3rd on the grid. In 6th position is David Coulthard ahead of Frentzen, who is 7th. Jacques Villeneuve in 8th place. 9th is a Lacey. 5th goes David Coulthard. To 6th goes Heinz-Harald Frentzen, hopefully to get a point for Jordan. And Rubens Barrichello draws to a standstill, very definitely out of the race, his 3rd retirement of the year.
Yes, and he's this side, he's the track side of the white line that crosses the circuit, so the mechanics cannot go to that car. He needs the marshals to push him into the zone, past the white line that crosses the beginning of the pit lane. He's saying, push me, push me. There's his mechanics ready for him, look. But the mechanics cannot touch that car outside of the white line. They will be in serious problems, in my understanding of the rules. James?
I think he possibly might have run out of fuel, you know, because he did push it very, very hard. There was quite an interesting run. They're certainly all ready for him. He's reported no particular problems with the car, as far as I can tell. And that's the dilemma for Ferrari. They want the marshals to bring the car in, but who knows?
And sadly, Jean Alesi is out of the race in the Prost. He was fourth at one time. His teammate, Nick Heidfeld, has already retired long ago, one of the earliest retirements. And yet again, poor Jean is out of the race. Yet again, no points for Prost. Lap 34.
They'll have to retire that car, is my understanding of the rules. And where they're standing with Jean Alesi's car, I wouldn't stand there for all the tea in China. Thank you very much. They've got to clear that car out of the way. The cars are coming in there at 200 miles an hour, and it's absolutely in the line of fire.
This is a terrific scrap. And Jean Alesi walking in. Ralf Schumacher still holds on. We haven't seen much of Ralf Schumacher in the Williams BMW, but he's still there, and he's 25 seconds behind Michael Schumacher as this battle develops. And
Coulthard's got his work cut out to get on the podium this afternoon for what would be his 40th podium, but he needs to be on the top.
It could affect the lead, and the Minardi is that of Marc Genet, who is down in 14th place and has already been lapped once. Down to La Source, the slowest corner on the circuit, about 35 miles an hour. So the Minardi's been lapped, the Ferrari's bearing down on them. In front of the Minardi of Marc Genet is Alexander Wurz's Benetton, down in 13th position. Over Radion, now it's here that Mika Häkkinen can close up. I don't think he's close enough to stop.
He is close enough, Murray. He has got the slipstream. We know he's got 10 kilometres an hour extra, but Michael Schumacher very firmly closing the door, leaving Häkkinen nowhere to go at all. Häkkinen had the speed, he didn't have anywhere to use it.
And that reminds me of Damon Hill and Michael Schumacher. Damon Hill in the Williams, Michael Schumacher in the Benetton in 1994 had exactly the same place where Damon Hill and Michael actually banged wheels at Les Combes in their tremendous, ferocious fight for leadership in the Belgian Grand Prix, which is being repeated here again. Lap 4.
It was legitimate. Here we're going to see it again. Michael starts to move to the middle of the road. He knows that Mick has got to run on him. He knows he's got better straight line speed. And Häkkinen, look, with absolutely nowhere to go. And Michael moving back across the track. Theoretically, you're not supposed to do that, but he was moving back to take the line through the corner. Very close call, but I think a legitimate move there from Michael Schumacher.
And I think we're going to see it again, because they're coming through to complete the lap now. That is 40 laps completed. Just
again, look, Michael's having to defend, and Mika, and the back marker's in the way. Can he do it? Yes, he's done it. A brilliant move there, either side of Zonta, and Häkkinen brilliantly takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix.
The blue flag's waving, but the man has already taken action, and Michael Schumacher has still got to get past. Well, Mika Häkkinen has driven a magnificent race. He's been on top in Belgium for the whole time. He was quickest in qualifying. He was quickest this morning. He's going to end up winning the race and getting those 10 World Championships to match that he got in Australia at the beginning of the year. And in fourth place, David Coulthard comes through. Meantime, just to confirm that Mika Häkkinen for McLaren and Mercedes-Benz has won the Belgian Grand Prix by the narrow margin of 1.1 seconds after 190 miles plus at Spa from Michael Schumacher, with Ralf Schumacher in third place.